Namaste everyone and welcome to my channel Bharatiya Shikshak. Namaskar and welcome to my channel Bharatiya Shikshak. In my last video we have discussed about the chapter construction, and today for our today's topic I have taken triangle. So let us see what is there in this chapter. So before starting with this chapter we will do the introduction part, and the introduction part we will start with the three I have categorized the whole chapter into three broad categories. That is, a triangle I have categorized into three parts. First, basic properties of triangle, then congruent figures, and then inequalities in a triangle. So पहले जो हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं वो है बेसिक्स ऑफ ट्राइंगल. So in the basics of triangle, I will discuss about the properties of triangle. So properties of triangle so far, now everyone, all of you, those who are seeing the video, you are already in class 9. So till class 8, you have learned about triangle and the various properties of triangle. So I don't think I have to go very deep on that part. Still, before starting with this chapter, I would like to discuss a few things from that part. So properties of triangle. So पहला क्या property है? So in a triangle there are three sides, three vertices and three angles. That means in a triangle there are three sides, three angles and three vertices, isn't it? That means एक triangle का तीन side है, होता है, तीन angles होते हैं और three vertices. There are three vertices of a triangle. Now sum of all the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. That means if I take A, B, C as a triangle, and here how many angles are there? 1, 2, 3. Okay, that means angle A plus angle B plus angle C. Three angles are there in the triangle ABC. So what will be the sum of all the three angles of the triangle? The sum of all the angles of the triangle will be equal to how much? 180 degree. This also you have learned, isn't it? Further, after the introduction is over, we will see how sum of three angles of a triangle is 180 degree. That part also we will be discussing. Then the next is area of a triangle. Area of a triangle is equal to half the product of base and height. That means if this is a triangle, ABC is a triangle, okay, and in this particular triangle this AD is the height, AD is equal to height, okay, and BC is the base, BC is the base, okay. So area of the triangle ABC will be what? Half into base into height. This part also we have, or you might have known from before. So ये रहा तीन properties. Now based on the angles and sides of a triangle, the triangles are categorized into six broad categories. That means based on the angles, that means एक triangles में कितने angles होते हैं? 3 angles होते हैं, है कि नहीं? If we take angles under consideration and if we take sides under consideration of a triangle, then what can we find? That we can find that the triangles are divided into six broad categories. So what are the six broad categories of triangle? So based on side, a triangle is categorized into three broad categories, that is equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle and scalene triangle. So what is equilateral triangle? So ABC is a triangle for now, isn't it? Now, if in this particular triangle all the angles are equal, all the sides are equal to each other, that means if this is 6 centimeter, this is also 6 centimeter and this is also 6 centimeter, then the triangle will be named as equilateral triangle. then this particular triangle have a definite name, and that name is called equilateral triangle. Then the second part is isosceles triangle. Say for example, I am taking the same triangle, okay, but here what we find is that these two sides are equal to each other, but this particular side is, say for example, 7 centimeter. That means in this particular triangle, two of the sides are equal to each other and one of the side is not equal to the other two. That means this is 6 and this one is 7. This particular triangle will be known as isosceles triangle, and the base angles of an isosceles triangles are equal. Base angles of an isosceles triangles are equal. Clear? Now next comes this is isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle is over. Next is scaling triangle. Next is scaling triangle. Say for example, I have taken one triangle. Okay, so A, B, C. Again, I have taken A, B, C. ABC is a triangle. Now, what can you see in this particular triangle is that all the three sides are different, isn't it? This particular side is not equal to this, and this is not equal to this. That means all the three sides are different or not equal to each other. Now, this particular triangle will be known as scaling triangle. Okay, that means based on sides there are three categories of triangle: equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle, and scaling triangle. Now based on angles, what is the first category? Based on angle, first one is acute angled triangle. Now in this particular triangle, what do we see? PQR is one of the triangle, and here all the angles are less than 90 degree but more than 0 degree. All the angles of this triangle are less than 90 degree but more than how much? More than 0 degree. That means what? All the angles are acute, isn't it? All the angles are acute. This particular triangle where all the angles are acute, that particular triangle is known as acute angle triangle. This flow chart is very important. If you understand the flow chart very distinctly and very clearly, then the whole chapter will not be a very difficult task for you. So this is acute angle triangle. Next comes obtuse angle triangle. Next comes obtuse angle triangle. MNO. In this particular triangle, what do you see? One of the angle is more than 90 degree. Isn't it? One of the angle is more than 90 degree. That means this angle is what? Obtuse. One of the angle of a triangle is obtuse. If one of the angle of a triangle is obtuse, then the triangle will be known as obtuse angle triangle. Then the triangle will be known as obtuse angle triangle. Now the next is right angle triangle. ABC. ABC is a triangle where one of the angle is 90 degree. That means one of the angle of the triangle is right angle, isn't it? That means the whole triangle will be known as right angled triangle. It will be known as right angled triangle. Clear? So here with this I come to the end of this particular part. This is the first part. Okay. And I have discussed about equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle, scaling triangle, acute angle triangle, obtuse angle triangle, and right angle triangle. I have also discussed about the various properties of a triangle. Okay. Now I will rub this particular portion because to show these kind of things, the other parts, I need some space. So you need to complete the whole thing in your notebook so that the whole flow chart will help you out to understand what I have what I have taught. Now, congruent figures. Congruent figures. So first I will try to see what is meant by congruence of line segment, congruence of angles, squares and circles and etc. That means I will be discussing only these four, then you will be able to understand what are they. Congruence of line segment. Say for example AB is a line segment. AB is a line segment which measures say for example 6 cm. And PQ is another line segment which also measures 6 cm. AB is a line segment which measures 6 cm. PQ is another line segment which measures 6 cm. That means these two particular line segments are congruent to each other. Okay. Then angles. Say for example this particular angle is 60 degree. This particular angle is also 60 degree. The name of this particular angle is ABC and the name of this particular angle is PQR. Okay. Since both the angle measures equal, that means both the triangles are congruent to each other. That means angle ABC is congruent to angle PQR. Okay. Then square. Now if two squares are congruent or not. Now two particular square, if they have equal measurement, if the sides are of equal measurement, that means ABCD is a square. ABCD is a square which all the sides measures how much? 7 cm. This is also 7 cm. This is also 7 cm. This is also 7 cm. Okay, and this is another square. Say for example MNOP, which also measures 7 cm, 7 cm, and 7 cm, 7 cm. Now here, if both the squares are of equal measurement, if the sides are of equal measurement, that is 7 cm here, then both the squares are congruent to each other. Okay, circles. Two circles are congruent or not. Two circles are congruent or not. This we will check the radius. OR is equal to, say for example 5 cm and O dash R dash is equal to also 5 cm. If the radius of two circles, are of equal measurement, then both the circles will be regarded as congruent circle. So these are the basic things we should know about, which we should know about the about congruent figures. So these are the basic figures which are congruent to each other. So in this based on this, we will try to understand how two triangles or how triangles are congruent. You might have done in your earlier classes, that means in class 8, how to find out or whether two triangles are congruent or not, the criteria you might have done. Okay, so on a very brief or very short manner, I will try to explain you. So to find out whether two triangles are congruent or not, there are basic criteria which you need to follow. Say for example ABC is a triangle and MNO is another triangle. ABC is one of the triangle and MNO is another triangle, and you have to find out whether the two triangles are congruent or not. So what are the basic criteria you will follow? First criteria you will see side angle side. Say for example if this particular side is equal to this particular side of the triangle, and this particular angle is equal to this particular angle of the triangle, and this particular side is equal to this particular side of the triangle. That means if you see two sides of the triangles of the both the triangles are equal, two of the side of both the triangles are equal, and the angle between them are also equal, then both the triangles will be regarded as congruent triangle. This is the first criteria, side, angle, side. Now the next criteria that we will see is angle, side, angle. So for that, let me draw two triangles, A, B, C, P, Q, R. Now these are the two triangles A, B, C and P, Q, R. A, B, C and P, Q, R. Here in these two particular triangles, if one of the angles, say for example angle C is equal to angle P, okay, and angle B is equal to angle R, and the side between them BC and PR are equal. If you see carefully, here one of the angle, then side, then angle, and here one of the angle, side, angle. Two angle and between one side, two angle and the side between them are equal to each other from both the triangle when we are comparing, isn't it? That means these two triangles will also be congruent by the criteria angle, side, angle. Okay, then the next is side, side, side. This is quite simple. M, N, O, E, F, G. These are the two triangles M, N, O, and E, F, G. Now, if this particular side is equal to this particular side, this particular side is equal to this particular side, and this side is equal to this side, that means what we see, M, N is equal to F, G. Okay, then MO is equal to EF, fine, then NO is equal to EG. That means three sides, all the three sides of the triangles are equal to each other. Okay, then both the triangles will be congruent to each other. Clear? Now the last one, right, RHS. I am rubbing this particular part. RHS. PQR LMN. Now in these two particular triangle, what we find is that this particular angle Q is equal to 90 degree and angle L is equal to 90 degree. Angle Q is equal to 90 degree and angle L is equal to 90 degree. Then the hypotenuse, this particular side, hypotenuse, that means here this particular side, which is the hypotenuse of a right angle triangle. In a right angle triangle, the side opposite to the angle 90 degree is the hypotenuse, isn't it? That means the longest side or the greatest side is the hypotenuse of a right angle triangle. So here PR is equal to MN. Okay, and any one of the sides, say for example here this particular side is equal to this particular side. That means by RHS, right angle hypotenuse side, that means here what we will see, one of the angles should be 90 degree, that means one of the angles should be right angle, then the hypotenuse should be equal, and then out of the two sides you have to check whether one of the sides are equal to each other or not. If it is, then both the triangles are congruent to each other by RHS. Okay, with this we complete the congruent figure part. This particular part is over. Fine. So I love this part to explain that particular part. I hope you have written till this much. Now comes the third part, that is inequalities of a triangle. Inequalities in a triangle. This is the part which is which you might have got this year. So inequalities in a triangle. So the first one, In a triangle, angle opposite to the longer side is larger. That means I take one triangle, okay, A, B, C. So what is said, in a triangle, the angle opposite to the longer side is larger. The angle opposite to the longer side is larger. Longer side, which is the longer side of this triangle? Say for example, I am comparing only two. This particular side and this particular side I will be comparing first. These two sides I will be comparing first. So which one is longer as per the figure? This particular side is longer, isn't it? So I mark it as G. That means this is greater, and comparatively this is smaller. Fine. This is greater and this is smaller. That means according to this rule, what is said? Angle opposite to the greater side. That means this is greater side and the angle opposite to it is this. And this particular side is smaller. That means angle opposite to this is this. I mark it as this particular side AC is greater than BC. AC is greater than BC, isn't it? That means angle opposite to the greater side. That means this particular angle AC, the angle opposite to AC is angle B. That means angle B will also be greater than angle A. It will be greater than angle A. That means if अगर ये वाला साइड बड़ा है इस पर्टिकुलर साइड से, then the angle opposite to this particular side will be greater than the angle opposite to this particular side. Okay? Then the second part is in a triangle. ये समझ लो अच्छे से. This is very important. In this particular chapter, it will be required. The understanding of this particular statement will be required to solve various questions that is given in your this year's NCERT book. Now the second is, in a triangle, side opposite to the larger angle is greater. In a triangle, side opposite. अच्छा, before that, this is applicable for any of the side, huh? That means now here I have compared these two sides. You can even compare these two sides. जो बड़ा है उसको opposite का जो angle होगा वो बड़ा होगा compared to the smaller one. Okay. So next, in a triangle, side opposite to larger angle is greater. In a triangle, side opposite to the larger angle is greater. इसी में मैं समझा सकता हूँ, लेकिन शायद मुझे दूसरा triangle draw करने से better होगा. So I'll be drawing a different triangle. For example, PQR. PQR is a triangle, and in a triangle, side opposite to the larger angle. ये दिखने में बड़ा लग रहा है ना compared to this. Okay, I'm taking this two triangle. This two angle I'm taking. This particular angle is quite easily visible that this particular angle is greater than this particular angle. Is it not? This is greater. This is smaller. So as per this statement, this particular angle. If this particular angle is greater, then the side opposite to this particular angle, that means QR, will be greater than side opposite to this particular angle. That means if angle P is greater than angle R, then P का opposite में क्या है? QR will be greater than R का opposite में क्या है? PQ. Clear? Till this much it is clear. Then ये आप लोगों ने शायद पढ़ा होगा. Sum of any two sides of a triangle is greater than the third side. That means to form a triangle, A, B, C. This is 3 centimeter, this is 4 centimeter, this is 5 centimeter, say for example. Sum of any two sides of a triangle is greater than the third side. Okay. Sum of any two sides. कोई भी दो साइड पकड़ो of a triangle is greater than the third side, that means sum of any two side, कोई भी दो साइड पकड़ो. So let us take these two particular side, this and this, add them. 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. It is greater than 5, isn't it? Now फिर से कोई दो पकड़ो, 3 and 5. 3 plus 5 is equal to how much? 8 centimeter, which is greater than how much? 4. फिर से कोई पकड़ो, 4 and 5, let us take 4 plus 5 is equal to how much? 9 centimeter, which is greater than 3. That means sum of any two sides of a triangle, sum of any two sides of a triangle is always greater than the third side. Now if this rule doesn't follows, then you can't draw a triangle. That means, say for example, 1, 2, 3. I am drawing a triangle. 1, 2, 3. Here 1, 2, 3 are the sides. 1 plus 2 is equal to how much? 1 plus 2 is equal to 3, and the third side is also equal to 3. That means here greater, it is not coming, no? Greater is not coming, isn't it? That means sum of any two sides of a triangle is equal to the third side. ये आ रहा है. That means कायदे से ये triangle बनना ही नहीं चाहिए. So you can try to construct a triangle of measurement 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter and 3 centimeter, and check whether a triangle is possible to be drawn with the measurement of these three particular sides. We have done the chapter construction, isn't it? So I don't think you will have any kind of problem in constructing triangles if the three measurements are given. So पहले एक बार try करना. One, first triangle you will try to draw PQR. Okay, जहाँ पे measurement कोई भी three sides का measurement में दे रहा 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter and 3 centimeter, and you can check whether a triangle is possible to be drawn or not. And the second triangle, say for example MNO, जिसका measurement कितना है? 3, 4, 5. 3 centimeter, 4 centimeter, 5 centimeter. What I am saying that here it is not possible to draw a triangle with this measurement. Why? Because sum of the two sides of a triangle is coming equal to the third side, but it should come greater to the third side, isn't it? And here I am saying that it is possible because sum of the two sides, when we are adding, we are getting that it is greater than the third side. That means it should be possible. It is possible. So what you have to do is that you have to just try to construct and check whether whatever I have said is correct or not. Okay, so with this I would like to conclude our today's topic, that is introduction on the chapter triangle. And from my next classes I will be starting to deal with the problems related to the chapters that are given in your book, and the extra question that will also be discussed in my next video. So till then, namaskar and have a very good day. Thank you.